But we are live and high and dry here at the Boulevard Bar and Grill, right across from the campus of Middle Tennessee State University, the greatest sports bar and grill in town. And you are welcome anytime. They've got lots of big screen TVs here. They've got a great menu, great amenities, and they would love to have you come out. We would love to have you come out for our show, but just anytime here at the Boulevard Bar and Grill. Coach Rick Insell, welcome in.
Glad to be here, Dick. Another packed house. I see Coach Stock in the back there.
Coach getting ready for football. We're getting ready for a little hoops. Raiders go on the road this week. Men will be at home, and Chip will be along with Coach McDevitt at 7 o'clock tonight for his part in the show. We'd like to, for our fans there, you should have been given a handout at your table, and in that you will find loads of information about the Lady Raiders. You'll have the current standings. You've got the current stats on the back of the sheet. You've got a picture of our guest, who is going to be Miss Courtney Whitson, a little bit later on tonight, and I know that she is one of your favorites. And then down in the lower right-hand corner under Courtney's picture, you'll have the two questions this week. Take a gander at that. Fill out your answer on the cards that we have provided on the table. We'll pick them up, and if you are a winner, you'll go in the hopper for a big prize, and that'll be next week, I guess, Coach. It'll be our last show.
It's the last show. Nina, have we got our T-shirts in yet? Hadn't got them? We're going to have them next week? Absolutely. Next week.
We promised Bud Morris. He was picking up a T-shirt for somebody. We promised him that we would have them next week. Coach, today is 2/22/22. That doesn't come along all that often.
Okay.
So I imagine that if there are folks who are at maybe a track somewhere, I imagine number 2 is going to get quite a few bets put on his nose.
Well, the only thing I know is 2. What is it, 2? 22?
22.
It's a great day to be a Lady Raider.
You go.
That's what I know.
And deuces are wild. And we will talk a little bit more about the Lady Raiders, as that's what this show is all about. Coach, we're down to the final 2 weeks of the season, and that light at the end of the tunnel is getting brighter and brighter, and we'll be there before too long. But we still got some work to do.
Well, it's in our hands, Dick, and that's what you want. You want to be the one that can take care of your business and not worry about somebody else taking care of your business. We got 2 road games, 2 tough ones. Marshall's a tough place to play. Western Kentucky's a tough place to play. You know, if we want to be champions of this league, then we got to win those 2 games. Then we got to come home and play Charlotte and ODU, which was 2 one-point games, and at our place. So, you know, if we want to take care of business, if we want to win the conference right out, then the next 4 games we got to take care of.
You hear a lot of people say at the beginning of the season that this is a long season. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Well, you know what happens in a marathon. You know who wins the marathon? It's the ones who endure for the long haul.
Right.
And the ones who have the strength to finish at the end. And they are the ones that win the marathon, and that's what we're shooting for.
Well, I like our chances. I like our basketball team. We've got you talk about the intangibles. We got that. We've got size. We've got slashers. We've got shooters. We've got some basketball IQ. They know what to do in just about we could take a test right now. We got 3 of them sitting in here. We could pretty much draw up something that's thrown at you, and I would say that they're going to be able to answer it right to the T. So that's what you want at the end of the year. You got to know, you got to make decisions on the fly, and you got to be able to execute your offense and defensive strategies. And right now I think we're in a pretty good place. We got 2 more weeks left. We got tough competition. And then, you know, you go into the tournament, and it doesn't get any easier. You got to play 3 tough games there. So I think we're ready.
All right, let's take a look at our headlines for the week, brought to you by the Murfreesboro Post, covering daily news from Murfreesboro and Rutherford County. Pick one up around town every Monday or log into murfreesboropost.com. And here are the headlines that Tony has compiled for us. Number one, the Lady Raiders look ahead to their final regular season road trip, playing at Marshall Thursday and at Western on Saturday. Number two, Middle Tennessee is number eighth nationally for three-point field goals per game. That's 9.3 per game. The Lady Raiders have connected for 223 so far this season. And thirdly, the Lady Raiders are 19th nationally in scoring defense, allowing just 54.8 points per game. They have held 19 of 24 opponents to less than 60 and 9 opponents to less than 50, including the last 3, Coach.
Well, when we set our head to it, I think a lot that's overlooked with that stat is our assistant coaches. I think Matt, Kim, and Nina prepare our team as good as anybody I've ever seen. Our team knows what the other team is going to run. And we go over it and over it and over it in practice. So when we get in a game, the team's not going to change right now. They're going to stay with what's got them there. And so we're ready. Now it's up to us to execute our strategies. And our team does a good job of doing that. So you got to take your hat off to our 3 assistant coaches because they work very, very, very hard to get the scouting report done and get it out to our players, and then take it from their desk and their iPads and things like that to the playing floor. And that's what Nina's doing with the Marshall Scout. That's what Matt's already prepared and ready to go. Thursday when we get on the bus to head down to Bowling Green, Matt will be going over the finishing touches of what's going on with Western Kentucky. So we're very fortunate to have those 3 young coaches that have a passion for what they do, and that's why our team is where it's at right now.
Okay, you folks just aced the questions last week. The one question was how many opponents of the Lady Raiders held below 50, and there were 13 correct answers. So many that we can't call them all out for you, but the answer was 7 then. It's now 9, and there were 13 correct answers. All of those correct answers go into the hopper for a grand prize drawing next week. And the second question, where was our teams are one of 2 schools in the country who have both the men's and women's teams undefeated at home. What was the other school? Of course, that was Arizona, and we had 14 correct answers in that one. So all of those correct answers go into the pot for the drawing next week.
Questions are too easy, Dick.
This week's questions.
Yeah, they're too easy. No, I said they're too easy.
This week's questions, number 1, which opponent has Middle Tennessee played the most in program history? Okay. And we have listed 4 teams that were our opponents in the old OVC, including one that was an opponent in the Sun Belt and now in Conference USA. And the second question, how many seasons has Middle Tennessee hit 200 or more three-point baskets? Of course, we're over that mark this year right now with 4 games to go. So those are your questions for next week. Put your answers down. Tony will pick up the cards and we'll grade them. You'll do your grading your papers and have all the winners in the pot for next week. One last thing here before we break. One of our great sponsors is Bud Light, and they are proudly welcoming our fans back to the Murphy Center this year. Bud Light is for the fans. We will take a break. 3 minutes.
At Kroger, fresh groceries are our thing, so we do freshness checks on the items in your delivery order at every step of their journey from our farms to our stores. And pick and pack every blue, raz, and strawberry in your free pickup order with the utmost care. Because we believe in treating your food the same way we'd want ours to be treated. It's the golden rule, only for fresh fruit and stuff. Order now using the mobile app. We're fresh every day, so shop anyway. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $35 or more. Restrictions may apply.
Put Lee Company on your team and you'll always be ahead of the game with home maintenance, improvements, and repair. Sign up for a Lee Company home maintenance plan to have your heating and air conditioning system tuned up twice a year. In addition, you'll receive a comprehensive electrical and plumbing home inspection, plus member-only discounts and priority service, all for as low as $8.25 a month. For the very best electrical, heating, air conditioning, and plumbing services, call Lee Company at 615-867-1000 or visit leecompany.com.
The MTSU Alumni Association is proud of its more than 130,000 living alumni who are leading, teaching, entertaining, researching, flying, farming, nursing, and more worldwide. Every Blue Raider accomplishment adds value to your degree. Are you connected to the MTSU National Alumni Association? Visit mtalumni.com to share what you're doing, update your information, and see how you can be involved and informed. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Hey, Blue Raiders, thinking about buying a second home along the coast? I've got you covered. From Gulf Shores to Apalachicola, or maybe a condo cabin in the Smokies, I've got that covered too. Buying, selling, or auction here in Middle Tennessee? Not a problem either. Call on me, Richard Lewis, for all of your real estate dreams. Oh, by the way, I'm never too busy for any of your referrals. Exit Realty, Bob Lamb & Associates, 615-896-5656.
Welcome back to Smooth 92.2. I'm Dr. Love, and I want to hear the secret to your romantic success. We've got Brian on the line. Bright guy, what'd you do?
Well, I wanted to spice things up, so I surprised my wife with instant games from the Tennessee Lottery.
Oh, and did those work, Brian?
You know they did, Dr. Love.
It doesn't take a relationship expert to know you can't go wrong with February instant games. Only from the Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing fun. Please play responsibly.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
There aren't any cops around.
After every game, we always have a few. It's no big deal.
It was just a few drinks. I'm good.
Hey, I can hold my liquor.
I drink and drive all the time.
If you put away some drinks, put away your keys. Fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office.
The Blue Raiders play here. WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna.
Welcome back into Rick Insell Live, coming to you from the Boulevard Bar and Grill. Welcome back into Rick Insell Live, coming to you from the Boulevard Bar and Grill, right across from our MTSU campus. Coach Insell, the Raiders played last Thursday night, the first of the two games against the Florida teams. Florida International on Thursday night. I thought we'd kind of take a look at that game, and boy, was that was a grinder, wasn't it?
You know, we knew coming in that they beat us there.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, you know, that I talked to said, how did y'all get beat with them? Well, we tried to tell them they're a pretty good basketball team, and they are. They came in, they're very aggressive, and they got physical with us, and you know, they've got some players on there. That Cologne is a great player, and then you've got the other kid on there, Nelson. God, I'm telling you, those two right there are a load. And they just got a good team. They're well coached. They did a good job with us, and then it ended up being, what, a 13 or 14-point game.
Yeah, Nelson came in as their leading scorer with a 17-point average. What, you get one field goal, I think, in the game. Got about 5 points.
Had when Lex went down and we took her out, I think she had 4 points maybe. She had a free throw, so they ended up with 5. But, you know, I don't know that, you know, Lex, when she gets after you, she pretty much takes care of business.
And as you mentioned, it was a physical game, as Courtney can attest to, and not only Courtney, but Alexis and somebody else went down too. I thought we were going to have to have an ambulance parked out behind the bench.
Well, it's just, you know, it's like I told one of our young ladies that we're not in typing class. You're playing a sport. You're going to get hit. You know, you're going to have to take a lick across the face and a lick in the gut and in the ribs. And, you know, that's part of playing a sport. And, you know, when they had to win, you're playing, that's like this weekend. We're playing Marshall and we're playing Western. And today, Western's coach had or last night rather, had his coach's show, and you could tell they're wounded. They're dangerous. They got to win. They're in a situation where they got to get a better seed in the conference tournament. And so right now, that's what they're talking to their players about. And the same thing holds true with Marshall. Marshall just went to ODU and manhandled ODU, beat them 14 or 15 points at ODU. And our players know that. And we watched the film on it. I mean, it was not just a little bit of a win. It was a manhandled win for them. So we got our wagon loaded going into Marshall.
Now, how does it work out that the two teams that we are playing on the road this week have one-game weeks?
Well, I guess that's the conference that does that, Dick. We don't make the schedule out, the conference does. So, we kind of discussed that in our coaching meetings this morning, but there's not a whole lot we can do about it. We just got to go play.
All right, Blue Raider fans, get ahead of the game with the best home services team in town for all of your heating, air conditioning, plumbing, electrical, and home improvement needs. Lee Company is the team to call, 867-1000 or online at leecompany.com. In that FIU game, Coach, we opened up hot from three-point range, but we cooled off considerably in the second half, and they made a little run at us. We were able to hold them off.
Well, they're very athletic. That Cologne, I'm telling you, I told Matt, I thought she had a great body for basketball.
Very athletic, wasn't she?
Very athletic, long, slim, vertical, lateral, basketball IQ. She was a load. I think she transferred in from Elon. And Nelson is, I think, one of the best IQ players that we will play in our league.
Yeah.
And so, right out of the bat, the Cologne kid just took over.
Took over the game.
I mean, hit some threes, was taking some of our players to the basket. And we had to switch in and out, and in doing that, we were able to get some success. But she kept them in the game.
Had 11 their first 11 points, I believe, in that game. And, I've noticed in a couple of games since she hasn't done that well, but she is very capable.
Well, if you look at their scoring, she had 22, and then their post player, Apita, she had 12.
Yeah.
And then you got 0, 0, 0, 0, 5, 5. So that tells you right there that she just more or less kept them in the game. And then Gregory ended up with 23, and then Anastasia ended up with 21, and Ksenia ended up with 9. Courtney ended up with 8 rebounds and 5 points. And we just did the things that you have to do to win games.
All right, Raiders win over FIU 63-49. FAU coming up next, and we'll talk about that game when we come back. You're listening to Rick Insell Live.
Every week, our Blue Raiders go the extra mile to make sure they're at their very peak. At Sunbelt Bakery, they do the same thing to make sure their granola bars are at their peak. Every week, Sunbelt Bakery brings new batches of granola bars from their bakery to your neighborhood. That's why Sunbelt Bakery's granola bars taste like they just baked them, because they did. Try a Sunbelt Bakery granola bar today and taste the difference. Sunbelt Bakery. Bakery fresh taste, no preservatives.
Middle Tennessee Electric proudly supports the Blue Raiders, and we're proud to power the scoreboard lights at Murphy Center. When it comes to the electric service in the community, you can always trust MTE to do what's best for our members. We serve by providing affordable, reliable, safe electricity and outstanding member services. Here at MTE, we serve to make life better for our members and their communities. Visit MTE.com to learn more. And about that scoreboard, well, light it up, Blue Raiders.
The Murfreesboro Post is Rutherford County's sports leader. No one covers high school sports like the Post. Now you can receive the Murfreesboro Post delivered by mail each week to your home for only $20 a year. Sign up at murfreesboropost.com and click subscribe, and we will get your delivery of the Murfreesboro Post started. That's murfreesboropost.com for delivery of the Murfreesboro Post.
Any way you slice it, your game day won't be complete without soft, delicious bunny bread and bunny buns, an official corporate partner of Blue Raider Athletics. Whether you're watching with friends, cheering in the stands, or tuning in at home, count on Bunny to help block your hunger and give you energy. So pick up some bunny buns and bunny bread today. It's sure to be a slam dunk.
That's what I said. Bunny bread.
Hey Blue Raider fans, this is Dr. Mark Hardison with Middle Tennessee Oral and Implant Surgery. We are so proud to be able to serve the Blue Raider teams and their families when they need wisdom teeth removed, dental implants, or other specialty oral care. Our mission is to provide health care as it should be, providing compassion, availability, and excellence to every one of our patients. We deeply appreciate the support of your business as we join in supporting our team. Let's go Blue!
Nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity that could have changed your life. Maybe you're just graduating high school, or are working and need to earn a degree to advance your career. Or you aspire to be a leader, and a graduate degree can make that happen. Whether you're just starting out or retooling for the future, Middle Tennessee State University can help you get there. MTSU, the University of Opportunities.
The flagship station for Blue Raider sports, WGNS.
Welcome back into Rick Insell Live.
WGNS.
Welcome back into Rick Insell Live. We're coming to you live from the Boulevard Bar and Grill right across from campus here at MTSU. At Tri-Green Equipment, they know the value of teamwork. They have the tractor packages with the implements you need. Score a new John Deere tractor package at a comfortable low monthly payment and get back to what really matters, Lady Raider basketball. Get started online at trygreen.com. Tri-Green Equipment, a proud partner of MTSU Athletics.
Dick, you asked me, am I on? I don't know if I'm on.
Yes, you are.
You asked me a question about was FIU physical. They were, but they played us. They then flew into Houston to play Rice, and then they flew from Rice back into Charlotte to play Charlotte. So think about that schedule. They had their wagon loaded. They played 3 quality teams. They lost all 3 games.
Yeah, Charlotte beat them last night in Charlotte, and the 2 teams are going to play again Thursday night in Miami.
Right. So Charlotte's got to go to Miami, but I don't think they have a game on Saturday, I don't think.
And I think they go to FAU on Saturday, Coach.
Do they?
Yeah, I think Charlotte and Old Dominion are playing the Florida teams this week. So anyway, let's get back to Lady Raider basketball as we entertained FAU on Saturday. 72-49, the final score. And, Coach, I don't know if I've ever seen a team of yours shoot as hot as we did in the first quarter of that game.
Well, I don't know that we were that hot. I thought we shared I see it every day in practice. We shoot the ball like that in practice just about every day. A lot of our fans that are here will tell you that. I thought we shared the ball. I think at halftime we had 11 assists maybe. I'm not for sure on that, but I think I'm correct on that. And, we just shared the basketball. We moved the ball. We shared the ball. We knocked down shots. And the young ladies that I've got shooting the basketball can shoot that thing. And so I was very, very happy. And, I know we came back out the second half. Some people didn't think we played that well. We didn't shoot that well. We played good because our defense was still there. And, if we'd have hit those shots, we just didn't hit the shots.
Yeah, first half, 3-point shooting, 11 for 17. Second half, 3 for 15. So, but you're not going to hit 60% from that distance all night.
Well, I think we're capable of it. I think we've got everybody we've got's got the green light, and if they're open, they're going to shoot the basketball. Now, some nights we hit, some nights we don't, but when we're knocking down shots, we're pretty hard to beat.
Now, you know, Alexis had not scored much the last 2 or 3 games. She came out and hit 4 straight three-pointers.
Well, Alexis Whittington is as valuable to us as anybody. And she's just a winner. I mean, you come right down the line. We got 11 young ladies on our basketball team. And, if you know, when you go to describe each one of those individuals, the one word that I'll have in there when I describe them is they're winners. They come from winning programs, played for winning coaches. They know how to win. And so Alexis Whittington's a winner.
I asked Alexis after the game, I said, you weren't going to let them hold you down for long, were you? She said, no, I was not.
Yeah. The reason she hadn't scored much is she don't shoot it. If she would shoot it more, you know, we've told her, Matt's told her, Kim's told her, Nina's told her, you need, you know, there's some times that you need to put up some shots and she passes them up.
And how about Courtney Whitson? 8 rebounds, 8 assists in that game.
Well,
she was finding the open player.
That's nothing unusual either. You know, that's what we expect out of her. You know, she shoots the ball, she shares the ball, she rebounds the ball. I don't really know any area of the game that she doesn't excel at. I mean, she's the one thing that I say about Courtney every time I talk about her is she's not going to take a play off. She may not shoot the ball well one night, but she's not going to take a play off. She's going to bust it. And that's the one. It's like when Ebony Rowe was here. I knew coming out of my office that Ebony Rowe was going to get 12 rebounds, maybe 18 rebounds every night. Well, I know coming out of my office that I'm going to get Courtney's best effort every night.
Can't ask any more than that as a coach. Ksenia Maleska came off the bench, had another good outing, 16 points, and
just
showed her athleticism.
Very, very talented young lady. Very talented. Got moves that she don't even know she's got. She shoots the ball, rebounds the ball, pushes the ball. Just very, very talented.
Now, this Florida Atlantic team took us right down to the wire in Florida. We won it late in the game. Amanda Whittington hit a key three-pointer for us to get us going, but
to get us going, nothing. She hit the three-pointer to win the game for us, Dick. We didn't need to get going. I was glad it was over with.
You were glad to get out of there, weren't you?
I'm telling you. When I saw that thing go in, I looked up. There wasn't many seconds left on that clock. I knew who was going to shoot free throws with. I knew that. Doe or Courtney one was going to have the ball to shoot them free throws.
And we got a few down the stretch and won the game, and the rest is history. So we're going to have Courtney coming up here in just a few minutes, and you'll be able to get her version of things. And I know our fans
She'll embellish. She'll embellish.
You're going to embarrass her now, Coach.
You can't. You're not going to embarrass her. I can tell you that right now. You know her mama?
Yeah.
You ain't going to embarrass her.
Okay. All right, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, Tony will be sitting up here with Courtney Whitson, so stay with us for that on the Blue.
Technology solutions that power your business, school, hospital, church, law firm, and more. RJ Young will empower your office to be the modern office. That means an office that integrates technology as a business advantage, all to help you work smarter. From managed IT services, office equipment, and technology, business process outsourcing, and digital communications, we're proud to be your one-stop for technology solutions that power your business. Come visit us at rjyoung.com.
What do you think of when you hear community, integrity, commitment, tradition, and partners? The folks at Sodexo know it's family, friends, neighbors, and coworkers. The people we live with, work with, share our world with, and the fans we love to serve. Sodexo is community. It's a community of more than 200 employees and nonprofit volunteers and the thousands of fans we serve at MTSU. Sodexo is a community of people who are committed to enhancing your game day experience. Sodexo, proud server of your game day concession needs and proud to serve the Blue Raiders.
At Ascension St. Thomas, care is more than a word. Care is serving our patients, standing with them in times of need, and showing compassion when they're at their most vulnerable. Care is listening and delivering personalized plans from a team of specialists, providing leading-edge treatments at every step. At Ascension St. Thomas, care is more than a word. It's our calling. Make your next appointment at getsthealthcare.com.
Whether you go online or go in person, City Auto in Murfreesboro is where you go to see a gazillion cars and choose the one that's right for you. And there's no better time to go than now because we have a bigger, brand new facility. It's the easy, comfortable, convenient way to find what you're looking for. Remember, cityauto.com is where you go to find your car online. And the all-new City Auto campus in Murfreesboro is where you go to see it in person. Go now, and we'll see you there.
Luxuriously designed, exquisitely detailed, first in its class, corner to corner, a true work of art, capable of going from $0 to $300,000 in a few seconds flat. Are we talking about a sports car? Oh no, we're talking about Jumbo Bucks Premium Edition Instant Games from the Tennessee Lottery. So test drive the new gold standard and instant tickets today. The Tennessee Lottery, game-changing fun. Please play responsibly.
Out here, we charge into the heartland with Mountain Dew. Out here, there's no rush hour, just the rush of flying wide open on glassy water at 5 a.m. with your first dew in hand. And there's no spin class, just bright green spinnerbait that ironically matches your second dew. Out here, we don't just play big buck hunt, we hunt actual big bucks. And out here, the best road is off-road, and the color of your truck is mud. Out here, it's dew.
The Blue Raiders on News Radio WGNS.
Welcome back into Rick Insell Live from the Boulevard Bar and Grill here in Murfreesboro. Time now for the player guest portion of the show, and we are pleased to be joined by Courtney for the player guest portion of the show, and we are pleased to be joined by Courtney Whitson, the 6-foot junior out of Kingsport, Tennessee. Thanks for being here, Courtney.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
And of course, we pulled a little switcheroo on you tonight. We had announced we were having Alexis Whittington as our guest. We'll have Alexis next week, but Alexis had class tonight, and Lady Raiders don't miss class, as evidenced by that 3.6 GPA that they put on here this last semester. So one of the tops in the athletic department in that area. So. Pleased to have you switching up and pinch hitting on short notice.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. I'm thankful for everyone who showed up tonight. So.
Well, it's interesting that you're subbing in for Alexis because going into this weekend, you will be playing your 80th career game as a Lady Raider. Thursday night, you have started all 79 games. In fact, not only started all 79 games here, I think from the time you started junior pro, you've always started. I don't think that's the most important thing to you, but the accountability of it. Talk about that and earning the opportunity to kind of be at the forefront for your team.
Yes, sir. I've kind of just had to adjust, right? Each year my role has changed, but that's hard to believe that I'm about to play my 80th game as a Lady Raider. It's kind of makes me a little sad because it just time flies by, but I just adjust and don't tempt coach because he will change it. So don't jinx me with that 79 not start. No, but I'm just thankful for the opportunity that I get every day.
Well, I would think anyone that knows Lady Raider basketball, the playing time is actually not earned by what you do in the game. It's earned by what you do at practice. So I think that speaks to the fact that you kind of bring it every day at practice,
yes,
not just what people see in the game. So talk about preparation and that part of the game and how important that is to team success.
Yes, sir. I try to tell our team a lot, just having that mindset, whether it be like as simple as a layup drill or the start of a championship game. We got to have that same mindset of that preparation being there, that work ethic being there, that speed being there, and that's what Coach Matt was really helping us today of getting that mindset. It's about to be March. Our mindset has to change. We have 4 games that we must win, and our mindset has to be that way. So.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, obviously thousands of women's basketball players in the country. Courtney Whitson is second in the nation in minutes played this season, obviously leading Conference USA. Courtney, in 12 games, basically half of our games you've played the full 40 minutes. We've played 2 overtime games, and in those you've played 45 minutes and 44 minutes and 34 seconds. So I think to do that, you have to be well conditioned, and sometimes you're in foul trouble, which means you have to play smart to stay on the floor.
Right.
Talk about the conditioning and how you get yourself ready, pretty much knowing that, when you step onto the court, odds are you're going to be out there for the long haul.
Yeah, creds to our new strength and condition coach, Coach Tess. I don't know if she's here tonight, but she's really helped us and prepared us for that. And I just think that's part of going hard in practice. I got to prepare myself every single rep to do that in the game. And it's also just a mindset. Once I hit a block and I get tired, I got to push that blocker. I got to get through that wall and just not think about it. And when my adrenaline gets going in the game, I don't really notice it anyway. So.
Well, I think another area of your life that's very important to you is your faith.
Yeah.
And from the time you started here, you've been very instrumental in the Fellowship of Christian Athletes and a regular in that. Talk about the Fellowship of Christian Athletes and why that is so important to you.
Yeah, my faith, that's who I am. People see me as a basketball player, as a teacher, as a friend, as a sister. But at the end of the day, when I lay my head on my pillow, I'm a person of faith. And I want that to drive everything that I do. I pour my heart into it. And I think that God has given me this platform to be with these people, play the sport that I love. And I just hope that I make him proud.
Well, I think there's no doubt that you do. And other people I think you make proud are your parents. Rarely, if ever, miss a home game, and that's not a short drive from Kingsport every other week and throughout the non-conference. So how important is that support and the sacrifices that your family has made for you?
Yeah, one of the things that brought me to MTSU was how important family is to all of my coaches and just the community. So I knew that coming in that my family, they don't miss a game hardly. And we have, I don't know if you've probably seen her in the stands, but I have a brand new baby sister, and she's just getting in the car and she's going. So they don't miss a game. I have the best support system in them. But I feel welcome in that, and I know that family's important to my coach, so it can be important to me as well.
Well, one area of your game people probably don't talk about as much is sharing the basketball. This weekend, for example, 13 assists in 2 games. You had 5 Thursday against Florida International, which was a career high, and then turned around and had 8 more against Florida Atlantic. Of course, just 2 rebounds and 2 assists shy of a triple-double, which would have only been the 3rd in program history. But I think you've shown you're such a well-rounded player. Going into this weekend, 750 career points, more than 425 career rebounds, more than 125 three-pointers, and closing in on 100-plus steals and 100-plus assists, which makes you one of the few players in Lady Raider history to put up those kind of numbers across the board. What would you say has enabled you to be such a well-rounded player and not just one-dimensional?
Yeah, obviously the ball's in my hands a lot more this year, and also one of the things I had to adjust to was just kind of being used to the scout, kind of getting more focused on me, because the championship game of last year, when I shot the threes, they were like, okay, she's a three-point shooter and we're going to just attack her like that. So I had to really prepare myself mentally to be able to do other things and affect the game in different ways. So I've just tried to get I don't care if I score a point. If we win and my teammates are involved, I don't care. So it made me happier than anything to get those assists, just seeing my teammates make the shot so I can go down the court and celebrate. So I play the game for so many different reasons than just points on the board.
Well, and that leads me into my next question, is the unselfishness. This team has 4 players averaging double figures. 6 different players have led the team in scoring at some point this season, but it seems like this is a very close-knit team and really care about playing for one another. Would that be a fair statement?
Yes, I'm so thankful. Our chemistry is out of the roof, and I could tell that when we got together in the summer, and I'm just thankful for every single opportunity. It's a joy to come to practice every single day. It's a joy to play with these girls, and Coach Matt and Coach Insell, they remind us to not take these times for granted, because one day we're going to look back, and we're not going to remember our win-loss record or things like that. We're going to remember the relationships we built. So I think that's so important, and those relationships, that's what builds success. Coach Insell, when he recruited me, that was one of the biggest things. I wanted to build a relationship with him, and that's never faltered since I've been here. So I think our relationships have been out of the roof this year.
Well, also, you mentioned earlier you've played different roles each year. This year you've had to take more of a leadership role, with a very young basketball team. So do you kind of relish that or cherish it?
Yeah, I'm super thankful to be in the position that I'm in. One of the things, I just feel very loved, whether it be by my coaching staff, by my teammates, by the fans in the stands. I just feel loved, and I feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be. And so that helps me be comfortable in that leadership position, to know that people trust me and are listening to me and watching what I do and taking my advice.
Well, and as we close here, 3.7 cumulative GPA. I believe English and secondary education is your field of study. Obviously, you want to be a teacher and high school basketball coach. So just talk about that. And I think you even said you'd kind of like to end up back in East Tennessee, giving back to your community.
Yeah, we're just going to see where life takes me. I want to teach someday. I love kids. I love people. I just like to be talking to people all the time. And I also want to coach. I can never picture myself being away from the game. So we'll just see where that takes me. Right now I'm doing a lot of student teaching and field work, so I'm having to even miss some practice. But the coaching staff's been really willing to help me with that because school comes first. But we'll just see. We're taking it day by day. So.
As far as being a coach, you feel like, having the opportunities you have with Coach Insell, an eight-time Hall of Famer, Matt, who has, been in 2 different stints in the SEC, Kim Bruton, who's been a long-time assistant and at some places, and then, of course, now you've got the All-American Nina Davis there mentoring you. You feel like you can take a little bit from each of those and kind of hone it into kind of what you want to be as a coach?
Absolutely. I try to be like a sponge and literally soak up everything that I can from them, because the thing I like about this coaching staff is I have a different relationship with each one of them. And so they know what to expect out of me, and I know what to expect out of them. And I think that just gives me confidence on and off the court.
All right, well, here we are again, Courtney, 19-5 record, 1 game out of first place, and we play that team later, so contending for another championship, and you're a big part of that. So hopefully these last 3 weeks of the regular season turn out the way you want them to.
Yes, sir. No other choice. We're going for a championship. So.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's with more Rick Insell Live, powered by Learfield.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. So we built the trucks of the future for everyone. Ford F-Series. One today, based on 1977 to 2020 calendar year total sales.
Murfreesboro Medical Clinic is proud to be the official medical group of MTSU Athletics. We all win big when we work as a team for better health. Just like MTSU's athletes and coaches, our healthcare professionals work tirelessly to make our community proud. At MMC, we really are true blue. MTSU is our hometown team, and your health is our mission. Visit mmclinic.com or call us at 615-893-4480.
Have you heard about the MTSU debit card from Ascend Federal Credit Union? Use it online, in stores, or add it to your mobile wallet. You can even use it at the 2 ATMs on campus if you need some cash. Visit one of Ascend's 4 Murfreesboro branches or visit Ascend online at ascend.org. Bank where Blue Raiders belong. Ascend Federal Credit Union, exclusive credit union of Blue Raider Athletics. Ascend is federally insured by NCUA.
Blue Raider fans, Lightning's Locker Room, powered by Textbook Brokers, is the place to get your Blue Raider gear. Open Monday through Friday from 8 to 6 and Saturday 10 to 4. Lightning's Locker Room is just across the street from Floyd Stadium at 1321 Greenland Drive. It has all the MT polos, hoodies, t-shirts, hats, and all the other game day gear you'll ever need. See the selection online at mtsugear.com or in Murphy Center on game days. Lightning's Locker Room, the official game day provider, powered by Textbook Brokers.
Got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com. It's a new season. Get ready for more men's and women's college sports excellence. Trophies will be awarded in June to schools who take the top spot in the 2021-22 Learfield Directors Cup. The premier award recognizes one winning institution in all competitive divisions. Follow your favorite team's progress as seasonal standings are announced at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at directorscup.org. The crowning achievement in college athletics.
The Blue Raiders on News Radio WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna.
Welcome back into Rick Insell Live, coming to you from the Boulevard Bar and Grill. As Coach Rick Insell, we enjoyed hearing from Courtney Whitson. I know you spoke about her before she came on, but she is just, ever since she stepped on this campus, she has been in high gear and a true Lady Raider.
How would you like to have her coaching your granddaughter?
I was going to ask you about that. She wants to be a coach.
Hey, she's not going to have a problem. A major in English? How many English majors do you know coaches basketball, women or men?
Now, I'm not going to ask you what your major was, but
my major was
basketball.
No, American history. I taught American history.
Well, that was mine.
I was an academician, baby.
That was mine too, Coach.
Yeah.
So we might get into a little discussion here one of these nights.
Yeah. For the last 17 years, I've been coaching basketball.
But I know that, and I've talked to some of your former students in Shelbyville, and they say you were an excellent history teacher.
Well, I had as much passion for that as I do for coaching the game. I felt like when your son or daughter was in my classroom, they were there to learn, and it was up to me to get them to another level. Some of them wanted to go to college. There were others that didn't want to go to college, but you had to make the subject interesting to those young ladies and those young men also.
So when Courtney decides to go into the teaching profession and coaching profession, maybe she'll send us some players from wherever she winds up coaching, huh?
She better.
Okay.
That's an investment you make in those young ladies, and you hope that they do have players and they'll send them back to you.
I think in Gabby coaching now, Gabby
yes,
Lyon?
she is at Science Hill.
Right. So
and so is Katie. Katie's coaching down at Saudi Daisy.
That's right. Yeah. So those two young ladies will be part of the Insell coaching tree, as they say.
Well, gee, they're good ones. I guarantee you, they're the type that you never know who's going to be the next Pat Summitt. Could be Courtney Whitson.
That's very true. Very true. All right, this weekend we've got Marshall, Western Kentucky, both teams in our division, and both teams, I guess, still contending because Marshall, with 8 wins, theoretically, if they could win out, they'd be right in the mix.
I don't think Marshall could be in the mix for one of the 1, 2, or 3 slots, but they're working to get a better seed is what they're doing. Tony does a great job. He's taken that program and has done a really, really good job with that program, and I'm proud for him. And Greg has done a good job. Greg had to take the Western program, and, he's done a good job, and I'm proud for him also. So
it's kind of a shame, but when the seeds are announced, and it depend on the final standings, 2 teams are going to be left out in the 2 pretty good teams are going to be left out in the cold as far as the first round bye.
You got on our side. I mean, a team with 6 or 7 losses, probably 7 losses, is going to be seeded number 1 in the other side.
That's right.
And then our side, you've got 3 teams. You got Charlotte's got 2 losses. We got 3. ODU's got 4, and Western's got 5. 5 or 4. And this, but you got to play them. Got to play them. We knew that coming into the season how it was going to be. So we just go play.
Now, we had not played divisions until last year. Is that correct? When the COVID year?
I think that comes down to a men's situation. We kind of have to follow the men's situation
right.
there. So, but hey, that's part of it. We just go play.
So
I'm not going to get any of that because I don't care. I know my thing is let's play them, put the teams out there, turn the lights on, get the band ready.
Throw the ball in the air.
Our team's ready. Our team's ready to play any night.
All right, let's take a break. We'll be back to wrap things up with Rick Insell live on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
Proud to be a longtime supporter of MTSU Athletics and your locally owned HVAC and plumbing company. For 81 years, Roscoe Brown has been the trusted name in heating, cooling, and plumbing for Middle Tennessee homeowners and businesses. Call 1-888-MY-ROSCOE to schedule your HVAC or plumbing service today. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Roscoe Brown. People you know, a name you trust. Go Blue Raiders!
RoscoeBrown.com. When you make the right decision, it feels good, like picking the perfect accent rug or choosing a good night's sleep over an all-night crime show binge. It feels really good to make the right insurance decision, too. That's why State Farm is here to help you select the right protection at the right price. Hello, I'm State Farm Agent Deb Insell, and I'll make sure that you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. With State Farm, it's easy to make the right choice. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Las Casas Drugs is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, located at 4702 Las Casas Pike, just minutes from Murfreesboro. Las Casas Drugs strives to provide all of your pharmaceutical needs in that hometown atmosphere you deserve. Family-owned and operated, Las Casas Drugs offers free delivery, immunizations, drive-through window, gift shop, merchandise, and medication management programs. Come by and see how we can make a difference. And go Blue Raiders.
Middle Tennessee Electric proudly supports the Blue Raiders, and we're proud to power the scoreboard lights at Murphy Center. When it comes to the electric service in the community, you can always trust MTE to do what's best for our members. We serve by providing affordable, reliable, safe electricity and outstanding member services. Here at MTE, we serve to make life better for our members and their communities. Visit MTE.com to learn more. And about that scoreboard, well, light it up, Blue Raiders.
The Blue Raiders play here. News Radio WGNS.
Welcome back in to Rick Insell Live for the final time on this Tuesday night edition. I'd like to tell you about the Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance. Proud to offer official orthopedic coverage to Middle Tennessee State University athletes. TOA's 60-plus specialists and experts in bones, joints, and muscles have the expertise to get you back in the game. With the convenience of 18 locations, 3 urgent care clinics, they've got you covered. So to request an appointment, visit TOA.com or call 855-NEED-TOA. They've been with us a long time, Coach. Great supporters of Blue Raider Athletics. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the road trip now. Team will bus up to Marshall, leaving early tomorrow, get up there and practice. And then we'll toss the ball up on Thursday night.
Well, we got a long day tomorrow. Our players will be resting. They'll be getting into their scouts, and then some of them will use the time on the way up to study. You can walk back through the bus. They're not wasting any time. Now, every now and then you'll see them, they're resting. But most of the time they're in their scouts, on their iPhones, iPads, or they're into their studies. And that's where they need to be.
Yeah. I'm resting a lot of the time on that bus.
Well, I'm into the scout, and I'm into the next game or two, and I'm watching, hoping we can get an edge somewhere. But, I do take a little time to nap.
As we all do.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the Marshall team. They've got one outstanding player who happens to be leading the conference in scoring, and that's Savannah Wheeler.
She's a player. I mean, she's second in the conference right now. Maybe she's leading the conference.
She is
scoring.
leading the conference.
She's just unbelievable. She's about 5'6". She can get any shot off that she wants. She's a tremendous leader. We'll have our hands full. We cannot guard her with one person. We're going to have to take and guard her with everybody. Lex, will start on her, but we'll have to make sure that we know where she's at all times. We thought we did a pretty good job on her last time. I think she still ended up getting 17 points.
She did.
So, they kind of go as she goes. She goes in and basically I think gets 33 points against ODU, and ODU is as good as anybody in the country defending. And they put everybody they had on her. Nina watched that film, and she came to me and said, "Hey, Coach, they guarded her with everybody, and they couldn't stop her." So we got that task at hand, and then they've got they've got 2 or 3 good young ladies beside them. One of them, the Furby kid, played at Stewart's Creek, I think. She
missed our game down
She didn't play the last time, and she's a very talented young lady. And then they've got one young lady, I can't remember her name, but she's leading the conference in assists. So
Dunham, I think, yeah.
Dunham, that is it. And then we've just got to take care of business. It's not supposed to be easy, Dick.
And then
if it was easy, everybody would do it.
And then Saturday, what can we say about Western? That's just a classic matchup. We've gotten them the last 2 or 3 times we've played them, but it's never easy up at Diddle.
Well, I'm not looking at Western. I'll talk to you about Western Friday morning. How's that?
That'd be good.
Yeah. I'm looking right now at Marshall. My whole mental focus is on Marshall. When I lay down, right before I go to sleep, when I get up in the morning, I'm thinking about what can we do to go win a game at Marshall, and what will give us the edge. And the first person I call is Matt, and we'll talk while he's shaving and I'm shaving, and then the whole time we're talking about the team we're playing. And then when I get in the truck to head to the gym, I call Kim, and pick her brain on the way in. And then when I get there, I'm looking for Nina. And so, I've got a good staff.
Well, you ought to cut out that shaving, Coach. You'd save a lot of time. Ask Butchie about that. He saves a lot of time not shaving. Doc saves a lot of time not shaving.
Yeah, well, they're a lot younger than me.
Well, I think you look good with a little goatee.
No. I can't do that, Dick. Coach,
we're looking forward to this trip.
You are?
I know you are.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait to get up there, Dick. I'm just telling you right now, that 5 hours up that mountain, it ain't nothing like it, are they?
Like last time we went up there, we had to take a detour, didn't we?
Oh,
somewhere.
God.
But anyway.
I think the last time we came off of it, it was snow about that deep, and we were sliding off the mountain.
Yep, that's right. All right, 5 o'clock is the tip-off time, Thursday, Murfreesboro time.
Central.
5 o'clock, we'll be on the air. And hopefully
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Love you.
Come back next Monday night. Now it'll be our final show on Rick Insell Live, coming to you from the Boulevard Bar and Grill on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
This has been Rick Insell Live, presented by Ascend Federal Credit Union, the exclusive credit union of Blue Raider Athletics. Our coverage is also brought to you by Ascension St. Thomas, official hospital partner of MTSU, and by Lewis Bakeries, bakers of Bunny, Sunbeam, and Healthy Life Breads. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation of the Blue Raider Network, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports. News Radio WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna. The Blue Raiders play here.
This is Dick Palmer, voice of Blue Raider Baseball. We're excited to be on News Radio WGNS. Follow each pitch of the season on FM 100.5, 101.9, AM 1450, the flagship station for the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders. Deep right field. Nobody's going to get that one. That one is out of the ballpark. And the Raiders continue to pile on the runs. Your exclusive home for Blue Raider Baseball, News Radio WGNS. This is Dick Palmer, voice of Blue Raider Baseball. We're excited to be on News Radio WGNS. Follow each pitch of the season on FM 100.5, 101.9, AM 1450, the flagship station for the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders. Deep right field. Nobody's going to get that one.
Check.
That one
One,
is
two, three.
out of the
One, two.
ballpark. And the Raiders continue to pile on the runs. Your exclusive home for Blue Raider Baseball, News Radio WGNS.
On the Blue Raider Network, from Learfield, welcome to Nick McDevitt Live, powered by Middle Tennessee Electric, your locally owned electric cooperative and your trusted energy advisor. Our coverage is also brought to you by Ascend Federal Credit Union, the exclusive credit union of Blue Raider Athletics, and by Ascension St. Thomas, official hospital partner of MTSU. Be part of the show by emailing your questions to radio@goblueraiders.com. Now, here is your host, the voice of the Blue Raiders, Chip Walters.
Welcome in once again to the Boulevard here on the corner of Middle Tennessee and East Main, and welcome into Nick McDevitt Live tonight. Our show brought to you by the Boulevard, one of the best sports bars in Murfreesboro. Be sure and stop by anytime. Great lunch, great dinner, and great before and after the game. And Coach Nick McDevitt joins us here tonight. And Coach, busy week coming up.
That's it. It's a good win last night, and our guys had a day off today. We'll get back at it tomorrow and prepare for Marshall. And on Friday, get ready for the guys of Western Kentucky.
That's right. Middle Tennessee's win last night over the UTEP Miners, the 15th straight home win at the Glass House. That marks the 4th longest in program history and is currently the longest home winning streak of any school in Conference USA. So that's a lot of excitement, and I'm telling you, the atmosphere inside Murphy Center last night, I'll tell you, it got juiced up in there for a while.
It did get juiced up in there for a while. As some folks here in the front row laughed a little bit.
Would you like to expand on that a little? You can. Well,
you can.
It was interesting. I mean, and the thing is, you've had 2 or 3 really good student crowds in a row, and they, when they're there, they make all the difference in the world.
All jokes aside, it was great just having that excitement, that energy back in the building. You could definitely hear them, and our players feed off of it. Shoot, I do too. So it was great. It was great.
Yep, and with last night's win as well, Middle Tennessee remains on top in the Eastern Division of Conference USA with an overall record of 20-7 and 11-3 in Conference USA. And when you guys play so many games now, you're up over 30 regular season games, but still that 20-win mark, that means something. And when we were all growing up, when somebody won 20, you're an elite company, and this team has done everything it's needed to do to deserve where they are with that win that gives them number 20.
Yeah, it's a big number. Anytime you can get to 20, you've had to beat a lot of quality opponents, particularly in your league. Those are the important games. You can't get to 20 and be okay in league play. So we say all the time, if you want to win your league, you got to win all your home games. And I think that's, again, where we've been really good is winning our home games and find a way to steal some on the road. We did that at FIU and FAU, and now we got a big week ahead with the UTEP game behind us and 2 more big ones this week.
Yep, absolutely, and we'll talk about all 3 games that have been played. We have special guests as always. It will not be Mrs. McDevitt tonight. She came on last week on Valentine's Day. We had a great time, but Donovan Sims, he will be on here with us in just a few minutes, and we'll be talking about his career at Middle Tennessee and this team and what lies ahead. But one of the other things we talk about all these numbers and where things are. I mean, 15 straight home wins, 20 wins overall. Then there are other metrics that are looked at as teams come down the stretch. Ken Palm is one. You've got the net rankings, which is what the NCAA goes by, and you've now gotten yourself into the top 100 in those, which that's another big step along the way.
Yeah, it's just another metric that kind of tries to measure, how you compare to other teams. Obviously, not everybody plays everybody, so
Correct.
it's a tool that a lot of folks, particularly the NCAA Tournament Selection Committee, we'll use to try to compare how you've done versus how somebody else has done in a different league or perhaps also a different level. And, we're really in that top third or top 30% in the country. And, we've got a lot of ball left, but there's some really good teams in this league that are up there as well. You look at the top 125 or top 150, and there's several teams in this league, UAB, North Texas, us, La Tech, Florida Atlantic, Western Kentucky, that are all in that upper echelon.
Yep, and right now, looking at where the standings are, mentioned that Middle Tennessee's in first place at 11-3. In the East, lurking there at number 2 at 9-6 is Western Kentucky, Florida Atlantic 8-6, Charlotte 7-7, FIU 5-9, Old Dominion is 5-9, and Marshall 4-11. They will be here on Thursday night. Conference USA Western Division, North Texas, they knocked off UAB on Saturday in Birmingham, and they're now 13-1. UAB 10-4. Louisiana Tech also 10-4, who UTEP had beaten on Saturday. UTEP is at 9-6. Rice 6-8. UTSA is 2-13, and Southern Miss is at 1-13. And when you look at those teams that are bubbling right around the top on both sides, it's going to make for a terrific, if not terrific for fans, difficult for coaches and players. Conference tournament in 2 weeks.
There's no doubt about it. I was we were talking the other day that one of the potential quarterfinal matchups, if the tournament ended that day, this was 2 or 3 days ago, would have been UAB versus Western. And it would have been UAB's first game, Western's second game had they won their first game versus a winner of a 6-7 game. And that's a tough draw right there, no matter who you're talking about. In a quarterfinal round, you're talking about the loser of that game, and you're talking about two really good teams. The loser of that game going home early, and that's just the nature of this league. It's deep this year. There are a lot of really good teams that can go down to Frisco and win it.
Yep. Now the format has changed just a little bit, and in that finishing first or second is a huge thing because you get a double bye and don't play until Thursday, correct?
That is correct. If you finish 6th or 7th, you have to win 5 games in 5 days. If you finish 3rd, 4th, or 5th, you have to win 4 games in 4 days. But if you finish 1 or 2, you really get a double bye. And so you're already to the quarterfinals, and you have to win 3 games, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. The first round on Tuesday is 6 versus 7 on the same side. So the 6 in the East plays the 7 in the East. 6 in the West plays 7 in the West. But then the winner, now you start cross-bracketing. Now the winner of that game, 6-7 in the East, would play the 3 in the West. 4 in the West plays 5 in the East. And 1 and 2 on both sides get buys all the way to the quarterfinals. And that's why I said a minute ago, you look at somebody like a Western could be the 2 seed on our side in the East, and in the quarterfinals end up playing a 3 in the West. Well, that could end up being, it's going to be UAB or La Tech the way it looks right now.
Either way, that's no bargain.
My goodness, that's a tough quarterfinal game right there.
That's right. And just to put it in perspective, the conference tournament starts 2 weeks from tonight.
Today. 2 weeks from today it starts.
And that'll
make your hands sweat in a hurry.
I know, it's right. And you've still got 4 games left to play, and a long road trip from time as well as distance next week. So the way the schedule falls, it worked out where the games that you missed early have fallen at home later in the season when you ended up with 2-3 game homestands. But now you have next week, and I'm not sure who did this scheduling, but everybody's playing on Wednesday and Saturday, which means you have to leave on Tuesday and you will get home Saturday night because every game is a Saturday afternoon game. But that's a long trip, and then you'll turn around and leave here possibly on, it could be Monday, but probably Tuesday to get down for what's going on in Frisco. That's a lot of nights in hotel beds, especially since you were going to be there all the way through Saturday night and into Sunday.
Correct.
That's positive thinking there, Coach.
Well, if you're a 6 or 7, if you are a 6 or 7 seed, you're going to play on Tuesday.
Right.
you at the latest, you need to travel down on Monday. Some may leave on Sunday. Well, to your point, if you're playing on Wednesday, Saturday, the week before, you're gone from Tuesday. If you're the road team, you're gone from Tuesday to, at best, Saturday night. Well, you could turn around and sleep one night in your bed and on Sunday head to Frisco because you're going to get there late and have one day, full day, a Monday, and then play on Tuesday. Or just get one full day. You leave on Monday because you play first thing on Wednesday. And if you advance in that tournament, you're talking about almost a 10-day stretch where you were home for one day. And so it's tough. With looking at the way our regular season has, our games have come along with UTEP and UTSA being put kind of in the middle of these weeks. What is definitely, it's a tough stretch in terms of the wear on your body, but I think it's also kind of we've been able to use it really as a positive, I think, because it's gotten us kind of into a playing rhythm that kind of cadence, if you will.
Yeah, prepare,
and it's tight. But the tournament obviously is tight. You're playing the very next day, so I think it'll prove itself to be an advantage for us.
Yep. Nick McDevitt Live tonight brought to you in part by Bud Light. They proudly welcome fans back to Murphy Center. This year, Bud Light is for the fans. We'll be back to the Boulevard after this on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
At Kroger, fresh groceries are our thing, so we do freshness checks on the items in your delivery order at every step of their journey from our farms to our stores. And pick and pack every blue, raz, and strawberry in your free pickup order with the utmost care. Because we believe in treating your food the same way we'd want ours to be treated. It's the golden rule, only for like fresh fruit and stuff. Order now using the mobile app. We're fresh every day, so shop anyway. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $35 or more. Restrictions may apply.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
There aren't any cops around. After every game, we always have a few. It's no big deal.
It was just a few drinks. I'm good.
Hey, I can hold my liquor. I drink and drive all the time.
If you put away some drinks, put away your keys. Fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office.
Whether you go online or go in person, City Auto in Murfreesboro is where you go to see a gazillion cars and choose the one that's right for you. And there's no better time to go than now because we have a bigger, brand new facility. It's the easy, comfortable, convenient way to find what you're looking for. Remember, cityauto.com is where you go to find your car online. And the all-new City Auto campus in Murfreesboro is where you go to see it in person. Go now, and we'll see you there.
Have you heard about the MTSU debit card from Ascend Federal Credit Union? Use it online, in stores, or add it to your mobile wallet. You can even use it at the 2 ATMs on campus if you need some cash. Visit one of Ascend's 4 Murfreesboro branches or visit Ascend online at ascend.org. Bank where Blue Raiders belong. Ascend Federal Credit Union, exclusive credit union of Blue Raider Athletics. Ascend is federally insured by NCUA.
Welcome back to Smooth 92.2. I'm Dr. Love, and I want to hear the secret to your romantic success. We've got Brian on the line. Bright guy, what'd you do?
Well, I wanted to spice things up, so I surprised my wife with instant games from the Tennessee Lottery.
Oh, and did those work, Brian?
You know they did, Dr. Love.
It doesn't take a relationship expert to know you can't go wrong with February instant games. Only from the Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing fun. Please play responsibly.
You buy something because you found it at a low price, and soon you realize it's no bargain because you really needed something better. It happens all the time, especially with car insurance. But the good news is you can get the right coverage at the right price. Just talk to me, State Farm Agent Bud Morris. I'll help you get the right coverage at a price that's right for you. Call me at 893-1417 today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'm Bud Morris, providing insurance and financial services.
News Radio WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
Welcome back into the Boulevard for Nick McDevitt Live tonight, brought to you in part by the Murfreesboro Post. Pick one up around town every Monday or log on to murfreesboropost.com anytime. And, Coach, the Florida trip, is always interesting, and their teams are always at FIU and FAU. Sometimes you're not quite sure what you're going to get. The atmosphere is always a little bit different in South Florida than what you're used to, and FIU and FAU this year both have teams that are very competitive and hard to prepare for.
They are, and FIU is kind of a place that there are multiple places like this that you go to that, and this isn't a knock on them or their program. Their team, their players, their team, it's better than really the facility or the feel. If that makes sense, like you can go in there and it isn't the Taj Mahal, and there may not be 16,000 people there to get the juices going, but that team is good and their players are good, and sometimes you can go in there and you're kind of sleepy the way you're playing, because there may be 800 people there, and it's not got all the bells and whistles that some of the other places, particularly in our league, that has, from the jumbotrons and the lights, and then your pregame warm-ups or the place is loud and it's rocking.
Yeah.
And you can go there and all of a sudden a good team boxes you in the nose before you're awake, and now you got a hard time winning.
Yeah, I tell you, FIU had one of the bigger student crowds that I've seen down there, and they had a team that stayed after you all night. You were up 37-33 at halftime and closed it out with a 71-65 win. And that night you had on both games on the trip, and all year you've had balanced scoring. But Josh Jefferson had 15, and Eli Lawrence had 14. DeAndre Dishman had double-figure rebounds with 10, and everybody else contributed. But when you and I talked after the game, Eli, the shot he made was a game changer. That one of the shots that he made that really kind of turned the momentum toward you guys for the remainder of the night.
You talk about in the FIU game?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought. Interestingly enough, I thought he made a big one in both games.
He did.
The one at the really to the left of the top of the key in the FAU game was one that kind of turned what had been a 3 or 4 point game. It's 3 or 4 the whole time. It just seemed like we kept answering each other basket for basket. We got an offensive rebound. I think it was Dish that kicked it out to Donovan, who one-moored it over to Eli, that made it a 7-point game. And I felt like it just stayed 6, 7, 8 points the rest of the game. I thought that was a big basket. He made one at FIU. Sometimes it's not just the quantity, but it's the timing. It's that big shot at the big moment that you need. And he made a couple on that road trip.
Yeah, he did. And FIU, I mean, they've got a really good player named Tevin Brewer, and they've got a guy coming off the bench, Denver Jones, who is kind of their Vinnie Johnson. He's their microwave and gets them heated up, and the crowd knows him. I mean, half the crowd, they had signs for Denver Jones, a guy coming off the bench, and when he comes in, you better be ready.
And he's a freshman.
Yeah.
I mean, you better get used to him, because he's good. He can really score the ball. He's aggressive. He's really good in transition, which fits the coach's playing style. So he's a good player. He's one of their best players. He doesn't start, but to your point, they may be doing that just so they got a little bit of scoring coming off the bench.
Yeah,
but he's a starter quality player.
Yeah, he absolutely is. Middle wins at 71-65 on Thursday night. You traveled up the coast on Friday, got a practice in on Saturday. Again, prepare, play, and then you go to FAU, who has been one of the best offensive teams in the league, and that one, that was concerning, playing them on the road, because they'd been drawing super well, but they had lost on Thursday night, and you're kind of curious. Okay, what are you going to get?
They lost in a battle.
They lost in a battle with North Texas, 54-51, something like that.
Yep.
And okay, what are you going to get? Are you going to get the deflated team that had been rolling at home, or are you going to get the really mad team who's trying to bounce back after?
We got the mad team.
You get the mad team,
which is okay. That's what you want. I mean, that's what you should expect from a upper echelon team in this league. That they got some pride about them. They still at that point clearly had, and they still do, plenty to play for. But in that game, had they won, instead of us, then the conference standings get real tight. Obviously, we have the tiebreaker over them now, having swept them, but had they won the game, there is no tiebreaker in the head-to-head, and they're a half game behind us instead of what ended up being 2.5. So it was a really big win.
Yeah, every game counts as one game, but some are a little bit bigger than others, and that one.
When you're fighting somebody for position, and now you're playing head-to-head, you're not watching the scoreboard to see did they lose when we won or did they win and we won, and now we just kept pace with each other. You're looking right across the court at who you're running that race with.
Well, I mean, you went through the first half of the Eastern Division and had beaten everybody in the East once. So now every time you beat somebody else in the East a second time, that really gives you a leg up when it comes to tiebreakers, things like that, when they get to start to seed the tournament. So the FAU game was big. They have Elijah Martin just shot the ball really well, had 22, but Josh Jefferson had one of those nights when Josh got going. And you said, boy, he's going to have one of those, and he sure did.
Yeah.
26.
Yeah, it's nice to have multiple guys that can do that. Josh Jefferson's done it before. Eli Lawrence has had big nights. The guy we'll talk to here a little bit later, Don Sims, has had multiple big nights over his career. I just think it makes you harder to guard. You just can't say this is the only guy that can really put it in the bucket for him. Yeah. He got going that night, and that was big for us.
That was an interesting game there and
an interesting trip.
A very interesting trip.
When you started out with no luggage.
Yeah, that's right. We forgot about that. We when we got there Wednesday, about 20 of our bags.
We had about 35 checked bags and about 12 showed up.
Yeah.
And so we land at FIU at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And we had nothing. We had no practice gear, no game gear, no tape, no nothing.
No radio equipment.
No radio. Well, yeah, you remember that.
Yeah.
We had nothing. And so we ended up what was scheduled to be a 5:30, 6 o'clock in the afternoon, early evening practice. We ended up having to shorten practice to about a 45-minute quickie from 9 to 9:45 at night because we had to go back over to the airport once the bags finally showed up on another flight. And we're getting dressed and taped on the bus on the way over. Reese is taping ankles and guys are laying across the chairs trying to get taped on the way to the arena to prepare for FIU the next day.
Yeah, when we went back over there,
we had a 45-minute walkthrough at 9 o'clock at night was our only practice for it because the bags didn't show up.
Yeah, and that was on Wednesday, and I was having visions of you guys playing wearing FIU practice gear and me calling the game on a cell phone, but it worked out. We got everything and got through there, and then the FAU game gets started. And the unusualness of it was there were 16 fouls called in the first 8 minutes of that one. Very hard to kind of figure.
What did it end up, 49 fouls, 47 fouls for the game?
50 free throws.
50 free throws. It was just hard to ever get a rhythm.
Yeah.
Two really good teams, first and second place in the East playing each other, and neither team really got a chance to get in a flow. And that doesn't mean that the game was called unfavorably for either team.
It never felt like the floor was tilted one way or the other.
No,
because both you and Dusty May had furrowed brows during the entire
they called
game.
it tight.
Yeah.
They did. They called it tight, and really neither team did a very good job adjusting. Both teams were still amped up, playing hard, playing aggressive. The officials were calling the game pretty tight, and so the fouls just kept accumulating. And oddly enough, nobody had a player foul out.
Nobody fouled out.
50-some free throws and 48 fouls, 49 fouls, but nobody fouled out of the game.
Nope, they didn't, and the Raiders win it by a score of 87-79, a big one there in Boca, and that swept the Florida road trip and brought the Raiders home for a big game with UTEP on Monday night. And we'll talk about that game after we take a break. Step away here at the Boulevard. It's Nick McDevitt live on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
Get your ice cold Bud Light Seltzer here. Even though you can't go to the game, doesn't mean the game can't be brought to you now here. Just go to budlight.com/delivery. That's budlight.com/delivery.
Give me 2 mangoes.
Coming at you. It's a little short. Ow. Sorry. You know what? I'm just going to walk them over to you.
Whenever there's a game to watch, there's a Bud Light there. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, and Bud Light Seltzer, IRC Beer, beer in Texas, St. Louis, Missouri.
Ticket Smarter is glad we are back to holding live events. If you are looking to buy tickets to the best sports, concerts, and theater events all at the very best price, look no further than Ticketsmarter.com or on the app. Buying tickets at Ticket Smarter will help support children in need. For every ticket transaction on Ticket Smarter, $1 will be donated to a children's charity. Ticket Smarter is proud to be the official ticketing partner of MTSU Athletics. Ticket Smarter, a smarter way to buy tickets.
Hey Blue Raiders fans, the Mint Gaming Hall at Kentucky Downs is a proud partner of your Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders. For good times and big wins, the Raiders and the Mint Gaming Hall deliver both. Located close by in Franklin, Kentucky, the Mint Gaming Hall is your spot for great food, cold drinks, and big jackpots. Win yourself a BMW 228i this winter in a Drive to Win promotion. Earn entries daily and qualify on Fridays. Check out themintgaming.com for all the details. Get your big hit today.
The Murfreesboro Post is Rutherford County's sports leader. No one covers high school sports like the Post. Now you can receive the Murfreesboro Post delivered by mail each week to your home for only $20 a year. Sign up at murfreesboropost.com and click subscribe, and we will get your delivery of the Murfreesboro Post started. That's murfreesboropost.com for delivery of the Murfreesboro Post.
Las Casas Drugs is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, located at 4702 Las Casas Pike, just minutes from Murfreesboro. Las Casas Drugs strives to provide all of your pharmaceutical needs in that hometown atmosphere you deserve. Family-owned and operated, Las Casas Drugs offers free delivery, immunizations, drive-through window, gift shop, merchandise, and medication management programs. Come by and see how we can make a difference. And go Blue Raiders.
Roscoe Brown is proud to be a longtime supporter of MTSU Athletics and your locally owned HVAC and plumbing company. For 81 years, Roscoe Brown has been the trusted name in heating, cooling, and plumbing for Middle Tennessee homeowners and businesses. Call 1-888-MY-ROSCOE to schedule your HVAC or plumbing service today. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Roscoe Brown. People you know, a name you trust. Go Blue Raiders!
Roscoe Brown. RoscoeBrown.com.
You're listening to MTSU Sports on WGNS.
Welcome back into the Boulevard tonight. Middle Tennessee basketball is the subject with Coach Nick McDevitt as the Blue Raiders get set to play at home on Thursday and Saturday against the Thundering Herd of Marshall. But, Coach, you swept the Florida trip, set you up for a home game with UTEP. It was the second of the two makeup games. This game had been scheduled for New Year's Day and ended up last night. And you know, as the conference season had gone along, it was, you know, you look at the standings and you see UTEP just keeps winning, and they go to Louisiana Tech and they win. Sule Boom was the leading scorer in the conference, and it's like, oh my gosh, you know, were we better off playing them then or better off playing them now? But you end up having to play them. But Joe Golding, who kind of orchestrated the Abilene Christian NCAA tournament run a couple of years ago, is the new head coach at UTEP and does a really good job with them. But talk a little bit about your preparation for that matchup, because they do have, between Boom and Bieniemy, two really good scorers. Bieniemy, by the way, is Eric Bieniemy's nephew, the
Kansas City
Chiefs offensive coordinator. So anyway, those two
Colorado
guys,
running back.
those two guys, the Killer Bees, were tough to prepare for.
Yeah, they play hard. You know, Joe Golding he's a really good coach, and he demands his teams play hard. You look back at what his guys did at ACU, and they were really good defensively, and that's what he's got his guys doing this year at UTEP. And they play hard, and they're physical defensively. They're really disruptive on that end of the floor. And as you mentioned, they got two guys that are basically averaging 20 apiece. Boom's averaging 20 and Bieniemy's averaging 18. And anytime you're averaging that, obviously you're going to have nights where you're 30 plus. And both of those two young men have had multiple games where they scored over 30 this year. And so when you got a backcourt that can explode like that, you're catching those two guys on the wrong night away from getting beat. And so you really got to guard them. And they're going to take the bulk of the shots. It's not quite to the level as Javon Jackson, Keaton Wallace at UTSA over the past couple of years, but they are going to get the bulk of the shots. And so if they're unguarded, uncontested shots, Boom and Bieniemy are going to get 30. And so you've really got to do the job on them defensively. And I thought our guys were locked in. Anytime you can hold a team like that to under 60, you've done a well of a job on the defensive end of the floor.
Yeah, the Blue Raiders win it 77 to 59. And it seems like, Boom is one of those guys where every time it leaves his hands, it looks like it's going in.
He looks like he's comfortable all the time. Even when you've got guys that are all over him, all up on him, he doesn't look like he's rattled by it. And he probably isn't. I mean, he's an older player. He's an older guy. I mean, that's what you expect from upperclassmen. And he's that, man. He can really get it going. He looks comfortable on that floor. He and Bieniemy are the two guys that make that team go.
Yep. Well, this game has also had some interesting moments in it. Early on, you had a little excitement, and T. Leonard had a little excitement a little bit later. Kind of explain to folks where those calls came from on those technical fouls.
There's an emphasis now with I guess really it's dunks. After dunks, you see a lot of tapping the head on, guys will tap the top of their head, basically to say, I dunked on your head, you're too small. That kind of it's a gesture without saying it. And now the officials over about the last week or so have now made that a point of emphasis, and it's an automatic technical. And so they're just things like that I guess the powers that be want to try to take that out of the game.
Yeah.
I think it's a hard thing to, whether you like it or not, I think it's debatable. But to switch it midstream, I think is really difficult for players to get used to. If you've got an off season to try to get used to that, you can't do that anymore. That's one thing. But when guys are, doing this after they're dunking on somebody for 3 months, November, December, January, and it's okay, and now all of a sudden in February it starts getting teed up, that's a hard adjustment when you've been doing that for a long time, and now it's an automatic technical. Is that in response a little bit to some other things that have happened nationally, whether it's what happened after the Wisconsin-Michigan game the other night? I don't know, but you want players to respect their opponent, respect the game, but also be allowed to have fun out there too.
Yeah.
And that's a fine line. There's going overboard with taunting. There's being unsportsmanlike, but I think there's also trying to take too much fun out of the game. I mean, you're talking about 18 to 22-year-olds. They're having fun. They're playing a game. They're not trying to necessarily show somebody up. I mean, these guys have played high school basketball against each other, AAU basketball against each other. Now they're playing college basketball against each other. They've seen it. They've done it.
Well, I'll tell you, that
it's
play
not their first rodeo.
Yeah, and that play got everybody excited because T blocks the shot on one end, sweeps around the outside, gives it this. He goes up, and sure enough, he's got ups anyway, and got the dunk, and that play and it all lit the crowd up, and we'll end it with this.
Yes, I got a little riled up myself.
You got excited, but no, and I wasn't going that way. But it's just that the student crowd and the crowd in general has just been very good and supportive, and this team kind of rode the wave of them to get the 77-59 win.
Man, and when Boone went to the free throw line to shoot the technical free throw, man, that was great. The crowd. I mean, really, the level that they were wanting him to miss that free throw, and the cheers, the boos. That's what Murphy Center and that glass house is all about right there. Just making it a tough place to come play.
It is, and we want to make it a tough place to play on Thursday night.
No doubt.
And also on Saturday. Marshall on Thursday, Western Kentucky on Saturday. We'll take a timeout, be back with Donovan Sims as you listen to Nick McDevitt live on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
Tradition, and partners. The folks at Sodexo know it's family, friends, neighbors, and coworkers. The people we live with, work with, share our world with, and the fans we love to serve. Sodexo is community. It's a community of more than 200 employees and nonprofit volunteers and the thousands of fans we serve at MTSU. Sodexo is a community of people who are committed to enhancing your game day experience. Sodexo, proud server of your game day concession needs and proud to serve the Blue Raiders.
Hi, we're RJ Young. We offer technology solutions that power your business, school, hospital, church, law firm, and more. RJ Young will empower your office to be the modern office. That means an office that integrates technology as a business advantage, all to help you work smarter. From managed IT services, office equipment and technology, business process outsourcing, and digital communications, we're proud to be your one-stop for technology solutions that power your business. Come visit us at rjyoung.com.
Nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity that could have changed your life. Maybe you're just graduating high school, or are working and need to earn a degree to advance your career. Or you aspire to be a leader, and a graduate degree can make that happen. Whether you're just starting out or retooling for the future, Middle Tennessee State University can help you get there. MTSU, the University of Opportunities.
Every week, our Blue Raiders go the extra mile to make sure they're at their very peak. At Sunbelt Bakery, they do the same thing to make sure their granola bars are at their peak. Every week, Sunbelt Bakery brings new batches of granola bars from their bakery to your neighborhood. That's why Sunbelt Bakery's granola bars taste like they just baked them. Because they did. Try a Sunbelt Bakery granola bar today and taste the difference. Sunbelt Bakery. Bakery fresh taste. No preservatives.
Middle Tennessee Electric proudly supports the Blue Raiders, and we're proud to power the scoreboard lights at Murphy Center. When it comes to the electric service in the community, you can always trust MTE to do what's best for our members. We serve by providing affordable, reliable, safe electricity and outstanding member services. Here at MTE, we serve to make life better for our members and their communities. Visit MTE.com to learn more. And about that scoreboard, well, light it up, Blue Raiders.
Nothing helps you achieve your property goals faster than getting the right tractor for the job from Tri-Green Equipment. Build your own and get the attachments you need for the perfect tractor package to conquer your land. Right now, get tried and true John Deere reliability with $1,000 off plus 0% financing for 72 months on the 3 Series compact utility tractors. Visit us in store or online at TriGreenEquipment.com to learn more.
Offer ends 5/2/22. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
The Blue Raiders play here. WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna.
Welcome back into the Boulevard tonight, here just across from the MTSU campus, and proud to have one of the all-time good guys in a Blue Raider uniform, Donovan Sims, Murfreesboro's own. He is our special guest here this evening. And you know, when Coach McDevitt and them came in, I was already used to calling you Donovan.
Yeah.
And they called you Don.
Yeah.
So
big difference.
And I've still called you Donovan the whole time. I hope that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, you know, your senior year, every player wants their senior year to be something special and magical. And how special and magical has it been to this point?
Well, it's been great so far. It's been everything that I could really ask for in a senior year. You know, going through last year, we didn't really know when we started the season whether it would be the last one I would have or with COVID if we'd be granted another year. So just having that opportunity to have another senior year, it's been great, and the way it's been going so far with my teammates, it's been great.
Yeah, and yeah, it's been a ton of fun. Let's kind of rewind back a little bit and go back because you're the one guy on this team that has seen a ton of games in this building before you ever played in this building, growing up here in Murfreesboro. Who were your favorite players for the Blue Raiders growing up?
I have to say my favorite players would be, let's take it way back, James Gallman. He wore number 3.
James Gallman from Knoxville, Fulton. Yep.
Raymond Centrone.
Ray,
shooter.
He could shoot it. I had a message with him the other day.
LaRon Dendy. He was up there. And,
I think LaRon Dendy, you could peg LaRon, Marcos, and Bruce as being the 3 players that really got things going.
Yeah, they did. I've had a lot of conversations with Marcos and Tweedy throughout the years, just growing up and stuff like that, and they kind of paved the way for how this program, how it started, but like you just said, that jump that they took it to, and we're just trying to continue what they started, really.
Yeah, I mean, there's some those are some great names of good players, and I remember James Gallman when he would get going.
Yeah.
I mean, he was just a little guy, played at Fulton High School. And speaking of former Blue Raiders, you put yourself in really good company. You became the 34th member of the 1,000 Point Club. That was outstanding to have that happen.
Thank you.
And for those who like stats and numbers, that same night that you went over 1,000 points, and I stopped you in the hallway after the game, you needed 30 minutes that night to reach 3,000 minutes in your career. And I looked at the stat sheet, and you had played 29 minutes and 25 seconds. But when it rolled into the career stats, as Thomas Donnelly showed me, that it came out to an even 3,000 minutes that night. So 1,000 points and 3,000 minutes on the same night.
It's a lot of running over the years.
So you're in that group with 33 other guys with over 1,000 points. You are, let's see here, you are also in a group with Tim Gaither and Kevin Kanask. Kevin Kanask, the all-time leading assist man here, as the only players in Middle Tennessee history with 1,000 points, 300 assists, and 100 steals in program history. That's pretty good company, too.
That's pretty good, yeah. I'll take that. I never knew that was going to happen. Like, just even at the beginning of the season, I didn't know what goals I would get to accomplish this year or anything. Or my main focus was just trying to win basketball games, and that's what we've been doing, and it's just bringing success to myself and to my teammates as well. So just got to keep doing what we've been doing.
When you decided to come to Middle, and Coach Davis and his staff gave that opportunity, you were playing for Barry Wortman out at Blackman High School. What did you envision as your role and how did you see your career going at that point?
At that point, coming out of high school, just that first year was a great year. Didn't really know at the beginning of the season whether I'd be playing or red shirt, gray shirt, and just stuff like that. Because I was, believe it or not, I was smaller than I was now. So
yeah, you were
a little more skinny. I'm actually kind of big right now, feeling myself a little bit. But like you said, I just those thoughts back then, just staying positive. Really, that's what I've just tried to do my whole career. Just stay positive with anything going on. Just not even just with basketball, just life and stuff like that. Just you never know where you'll end up at or people you'll meet, you'll run into every day. So you just always gotta be yourself, stay positive, and I did that my first year. And towards the end of the year, I started playing a little bit more, being more of a factor in the games and stuff, and just doing what I had been doing all season, really. And then when my number was called, I was ready.
Yeah, I think every player when they come from high school, especially guys who can shoot it some, and you could shoot it. That was your weapon.
Yeah.
And then what's so fun to watch a player go through his career is to see how his game and skill package develops throughout the year. If you were scouting Don Sims today as opposed to Donovan Sims of 5 years ago, what do you see yourself bringing to the table now as compared to then?
Just a lot, just being a lot more aggressive than I was back then. You know, like you said, I could shoot it back then, but I honestly never really looked to shoot the ball. I like getting my teammates easy buckets. I like getting assists more than scoring. So if I had 4 more assists than I had points that game, I was definitely fine with that. You know, just anything I could do to just help my team win. And now just when Coach McDevitt's staff got here, they kind of turned me into more of a scorer, and I really struggled with that at first. And it's honestly crazy to me how I scored 1,000 points. I guess being over here over 5 years, it kind of adds up after a while. So it's just funny to me having that happen, because when they first got here, they wanted me to score the ball. And I remember this like it was yesterday. We were in our first scrimmage. It was close scrimmage at Chattanooga, and I scored 12 points. I scored 12 points that scrimmage, and I think we won the scrimmage. And I thought that was really good for me.
Yeah.
And he comes to me the next day. He says he needs more, and I'm like, I don't know if I could score any more than that. So it was just a thing like that I just had to go through and just get more comfortable with doing it over time. I did.
Well, everybody loves the 3-point shots, but 2 things that I've really appreciated about your game and how it's developed. You're a much better defensive player today than you were a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And that's all work.
Yeah.
That's work and getting better. The other thing is you've not gone away from the mid-range game, and I don't know how in the heck you hit that little 8 to 10 foot runner with the consistency that you do. I guess a guy your size, you've got to find a way to get it in there.
Yeah. Growing up, I was very small, and even starting high school, I was like 5'2", less than 100 pounds. So just, Coach Wortman, he really once you get into his program, he treats you like a college player, honestly, because that's his background is college basketball. And so I just got to just embrace what he was trying to do for us at a young age, like 14 years old, and he really had us work on stuff like that. I worked on that with my other trainers, with my dad, and just getting in there among the trees, Yeah. So kind of a frail body, so I didn't want to get in there and bump around with him, so I just kind of put up a little floater, and then eventually I started getting better at it, and sometimes I forget that even in college you still got to use some of those fundamentals that you have that you've had over the years, that you've gotten more comfortable with over the years. So sometimes I just try to still use that in the mid-range. Everybody's falling in love with the 3 these days. Three-point shot's not a bad shot at all. You get it a lot more times than you probably do some other shots, and it's really easy to take those. And a lot of guys, they really focus on shooting the 3. So sometimes a little shot fake works better than actually shooting. And then, like I said, there's some big dudes down there, some trees down there. So just stopping right there in the mid-range is pretty easy for you. You just gotta work on it and knock it down.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you, it's been fun, and for you and your teammates, let's take this thing as far as we can go.
Yeah. For sure.
You good with that?
I'm
All
great
right.
with that.
Donovan Sims, folks, the mayor, right here. Glad to have him with
Appreciate
us.
it.
Donovan Sims with us. We'll take a timeout. Coach McDevitt rejoins me after this on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. So we built the trucks of the future for everyone. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 44 years straight. Built for performance and capability on and off-road. Because the trucks of the future aren't built for a few. They're built for America. Ford F-Series. Drive one today. Based on 1977 to 2020 calendar year total sales.
Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance takes great pride in treating Middle Tennessee State University athletes. Experts in bones, joints, and muscles, and with more than 60 specialists in locations across Middle Tennessee, TOA has a playbook to get you back in the game. To request an appointment, visit us at TOA.com or give us a call at 855-NEED-TOA. Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance, or TOA, the official team doctors for Blue Raider Athletics.
Hey Blue Raider fans, this is Dr. Mark Hardison with Middle Tennessee Oral and Implant Surgery. We are so proud to be able to serve the Blue Raider teams and their families when they need wisdom teeth removed, dental implants, or other specialty oral care. Our mission is to provide health care as it should be, providing compassion, availability, and excellence to every one of our patients. We deeply appreciate the support of your business as we join in supporting our team. Let's go Blue!
Our employees at Purity Dairy are proud to be true blue supporters of Middle Tennessee athletics and their student athletes. At Purity Dairy, we aim to be the most trusted source of wholesome, delicious dairy products for every occasion. We never forget how fortunate we are to be invited into your home, and we earn our place by holding ourselves to the highest standards. With over 100 products available in Tennessee, Alabama, and Kentucky, visit your local retailer for Purity milk, ice cream, and more.
Put Lee Company on your team and you'll always be ahead of the game with home maintenance, improvements, and repair. Sign up for a Lee Company home maintenance plan to have your heating and air conditioning system tuned up twice a year. In addition, you'll receive a comprehensive electrical and plumbing home inspection, plus member-only discounts and priority service, all for as low as $8.25 a month. For the very best electrical, heating, air conditioning, and plumbing services, call Lee Company at 615-867-1000 or visit leecompany.com.
It's a new season. Get ready for more men's and women's college sports excellence. Trophies will be awarded in June to schools who take the top spot in the 2021-22 Learfield Directors Cup. The premier award recognizes one winning institution in all competitive divisions. Follow your favorite team's progress as seasonal standings are announced at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at directorscup.org. The crowning achievement in college athletics.
The flagship station for Blue Raider sports, WGNS.
Welcome back into the Boulevard tonight. Coach Nick McDevitt live, and just got completed the interview with Donovan Sims, and what a great senior to have and a great senior leader.
No doubt about it. They don't come any better. He's about all the right stuff off and on and off the court. He's playing well, but he deserves it. He earns it. He just does what you're supposed to do, and you do that long enough, good things come your way, and he's a perfect example of it.
Absolutely. Speaking of good things coming your way, Coach, it's time for 5 random questions tonight. So
this is a cakewalk compared to last week.
You talked about how much you enjoyed last week. That was fun, but you only have 5, not 12 tonight. Question number 1. Yesterday was President's Day. There was one president who was a tailor prior to being president. Do you know who it was?
No.
You were
Andrew.
quick. You were quick on huh? You're right. You're halfway right. Now
Jackson.
you got a 50-50 shot now. Andrew Johnson. From Upper
was
East.
a tailor.
He was a tailor before he became president. From Upper East Tennessee, by the way. Okay, we talked about where you would like to go on a vacation, and that you said an African safari. If you could go to a fictional place you've seen in a movie, or where would you want to go? Where would that be if you could actually go to that place?
Man. What's the it was the name of the movie. Somebody said it.
Narnia?
No. Shoot. I can't think of it. We'll come back.
My fictional place, Margaritaville.
Oh, my word.
So, okay, have you ever saved?
That's a real place.
Is there a street sign that says it is? Have you ever saved anyone's life?
No.
Okay, I'm not sure if I have either. I was a lifeguard in high school.
I've seen it happen.
Have you?
Yeah,
okay.
I've seen it happen. Seen somebody save somebody else's life.
What's the one favorite piece of clothing you own?
My favorite piece of clothing.
Is there a go-to shirt or pair of pants or?
I don't think so.
Okay.
There may be something I choose too much out of the closet. I mean,
I think you look good in blue with an MT logo on it.
I do have a lot of blue. I like a nice, comfortable pair of blue jeans. I know that.
There we go. All right. And question number 5. If Nick McDevitt entered a talent show, what talent would you show off?
Man, I'm dead. I'm out before the thing got going. I can't sing. I can't play an instrument. I don't know too many very good card tricks. I know 1 or 2 that most 8- and 9-year-olds can figure out. Man, if it's a talent show, I'm in deep trouble.
Maybe shooting free throws. That might be it.
Not compared to Don Sims and Josh Jefferson. I'm not winning that either. So
Oh, boy. Now, here we go.
I didn't even hear it, so it's probably a good thing.
Well, based on last night, I was told cheerleader might.
And I saw your get back coach in here tonight too.
Yeah.
So.
Coach Long, I was just saying hello to all my friends in the Murphy Center.
That's right.
And he felt like I needed a hug.
That's right.
And he gave me a good bear hug last night.
He's a good guy like that.
He's a good guy. He's a great friend.
All right. There you have 5 random questions for the week. We'll take a timeout. Look ahead with Coach McDevitt after this on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
Out here, we charge into the heartland with Mountain Dew. Out here, there's no rush hour, just the rush of flying wide open on glassy water at 5 a.m. with your first dew in hand. And there's no spin class, just bright green spinnerbait that ironically matches your second dew. Out here, we don't just play big buck hunt, we hunt actual big bucks. And out here, the best road is off-road, and the color of your truck is mud. Out here, it's dew.
Murfreesboro Medical Clinic is proud to be the official medical group of MTSU Athletics. We all win big when we work as a team for better health. Just like MTSU's athletes and coaches, our healthcare professionals work tirelessly to make our community proud. At MMC, we really are true blue. MTSU is our hometown team, and your health is our mission. Visit mmclinic.com or call us at 615-893-4480.
Any way you slice it, your game day won't be complete without soft, delicious Bunny bread and Bunny buns, an official corporate partner of Blue Raider Athletics. Whether you're watching with friends, cheering in the stands, or tuning in at home, count on Bunny to help block your hunger and give you energy. So pick up some Bunny buns and Bunny bread today. It's sure to be a slam dunk.
That's what I said. Bunny bread.
At Ascension St. Thomas, care is more than a word. Care is serving our patients, standing with them in times of need, and showing compassion when they're at their most vulnerable. Care is listening and delivering personalized plans from a team of specialists, providing leading-edge treatments at every step. At Ascension St. Thomas, care is more than a word. It's our calling. Make your next appointment at getsthealthcare.com.
The Blue Raiders on News Radio WGNS.
Tonight's show brought to you in part by Tri-Green Equipment at trigreen.com and also by TOA. Visit them at TOA.com or call 855-NEED-TOA. And Coach Nick McDevitt is here for our final segment. Thursday night, you've got you have the Marshall Thundering Herd in a game you guys escaped up in Huntington. And then on Saturday, it's Western Kentucky. It'll be senior night. And it's a big week, huge week.
Huge week, big week. They're all big.
Yeah.
You know, this time of year, though, when you've put yourself in the position that we have, they are a little bit bigger. Our guys know that. We know that, but that doesn't change what you do. You still prepare the same way. Still go out there and play the same way. We don't have to change what we're doing, but we got to play well. We got to play good. You know, we got good teams coming in here. Both teams have guys that are really pros. Tavion Kinsey, you look at the draft board, they've got him projected somewhere in the mid-30s, which would be one of the early picks in the second round of the NBA draft this upcoming summer. He'll be here Thursday night. Sharp, the 7'5" guy at Western Kentucky, projected in the 23 draft as being a mid-second round draft pick. So anytime you got teams coming in here with pros, you can't go out there and slop around, and you got to be ready to go. And Marshall, Dan Toney's, those guys are still playing the same way they have in the past. They dunk the ball a lot. They shoot a lot of threes. So you got to be able to guard the three-point line against Western. Man, that's a rivalry game, and it's the last home game of the year. We need that Murphy Center packed out.
Packed out, and be loud, be proud, and be blue on Thursday night against Marshall. Saturday night against Western Kentucky. It'll be senior night. And we will be back here next Monday for our final show of the year. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
All right, Coach Nick McDevitt with us. Thanks to Donovan Sims as well. Zach Woodard's been our producer. We say good night from the Boulevard as you listen to the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
This has been